What is going on YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Merriman here today, and first things first, I am sorry for no Friday upload. Ironically, my Wi-Fi went out. I know, with the name Wi-Fi Merriman, how can your Wi-Fi go out? Well, it did. And my internet and TV people have been on it. They've got the Wi-Fi back up. We're still missing our TV, but hey, at least I'm able to play some Pokémon, right? I was going to announce this on my Friday's upload that starting Monday, that I'm going to start this new series called MonoType, where I go through the VGC laddering, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to go through and use MonoType teams. This week I am featuring MonoType Water, so I'm going to try and do about 3 uploads. Monday is going to be a guarantee. It's going to either be a Wednesday or Thursday upload, and then it's going to be a Friday or a Saturday upload. I ain't really figured it out, and I mean my schedule can change dramatically right now at the moment, but I figured I'd let that get out there, that I'm going to try and start doing free battles or free uploads a week and try and get a little bit longer of videos. I still don't want them to be massively long, but try and get it a little bit longer so that way you guys get a better chance to see how my team plays out and stuff. If you have any suggestions, I do want to use all the types, so let me know if you guys have any suggestions or anything on what type you want to see next. This team is a mono water team that focuses hard onto Gastrodon. This first battle, you'll basically see how the team works. In battle number 2 and battle number 3 is more of a clinch, more of like a clutch factor to it. It's a lot. It's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the battle. Lucky for us, turn 1, Ninetales goes for a Roarvel over a Freeze Drive, which in the rain will obviously fail. Alright, so we're going to be caught up. They go ahead and Gigantamax their Machamp, right? If you've seen the turn before, Polito was able to go for Surf, which is basically the premise of this strategy. Surf uses Storm Drain, and then we're able to hit both targets, and then Gastrodon's able to come in with its plus special attack to do massive damage. Politoed's very, very bulky, naturally bulky actually, and is able to take a critical max Quake from the Machamp. Machamp has some massive attack power, by the way. Gastrodon goes for Max Geyser. I think the reason why Machamp took this attack so well is because most Machamps are Assault Vest, but at the same time, if he is, I don't understand the Max Guard. So maybe Machamp is just better, maybe specially bulky naturally. I really don't know. But anyway, able to get another Surf off, which Surf is super easy to get off with this team. We go from Max Geyser onto the Machamp. Like I said, I thought he was Assault Vest, how well he took the attack, but obviously he's not. Polito goes down to a Nightshade. So right here I go into Pelipper, which Pelipper and Ludicolo, even my Lapras on this team, has Surf. That pretty much helps Gastrodon get super powered up. They also help out Lapras, but I don't know if I showcased that or not. We'll see. I don't know if that's in one of the videos I selected or not. But right here, we protect Gastrodon, knowing that this is the last turn of G-Max Machamp, and I really don't want Gastrodon to take big damage. But we're able to set up a Tailwind. This Dusclops does not look like he's wanting to set up Trick Room, so I'm taking full advantage of just go ahead and set up my Tailwind. Yeah, he goes straight for a Nightshade, which is fine by me. Right here, he's pretty much stuck using Ally Switch for the rest of this battle. He goes for Ally Switch, and I did and did not read it. I go for Hurricane onto the Dusclops, was the Machamp, but right here I go for Scald and into the Machamp, and we're able to pick it up anyway. So yeah, I really wanted to get the Scald off on the Dusclops, and figuring the Hurricane would be enough to take the Machamp out. But anyway, he goes into his Drapion, and another Ally Switch. It's just not going to work out for you, my man. We're going to be able to go for Surf with Pelipper, and this is what's so crazy about Surf. It's not a weak move, especially if we're in the rain. That's why I love Pelipper and Politoed, because they set up the rain, and look how much damage that does to that Drapion. We're able to go for an Earth Power. Probably should have went for Scald, but I think I was trying to target that Drapion. But even if I went for Scald, I think that would have been enough to KO it. He goes for Thunderfang, KOing my Pelipper. That's fine. I still have my Ludicolo in the back. Ludicolo, obviously in the rain, is definitely the fastest thing. Plus, we're in Tailwind as well. Ludicolo gets that Surf off. It's stabbed. I mean, it's in the rain. It's boosted. It's super powerful. And if it didn't pick up the KO, Gastrodon's here to pick up the KO. Like I said, this first battle is basically just to showcase kind of how this team's going to work. And this is pretty much the idea of how I'm going to be running this team for this whole week. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into... oh yeah, he rage quit too. Let's go ahead and get into battle number 2. Alright, going into battle number 2. We got Nicholas over here with that Seismitoad, Gyarados, Conkeldurr, Slowbro, Dusclops, and Snorlax. And right here, I was pretty much predicting a Dusclops Snorlax lead, and well, he does exactly just that. I'll let everything catch up, but dude, in this game, we read the crap out of him, dude. And I mean, this turn 1 is just so beautiful, and then the rest of the battle, it just goes so smoothly into our favor with Mono Water. I mean, it's so easy to underestimate it because people are just like, it's a MonoType, and that's kind of like the reason why I wanted to run it, just to showcase. This is the reason why I wanted to do the series, to showcase that you can run just one type and be very, very effective. Anyway, the play that I want to show y'all is a fake out into Snorlax, right, to stop his belly drum, and Perish Song, pretty much preventing him to want to go for that Dynamax Snorlax. It's saying, look, if you commit to Snorlax, he's not going to get that much work done, because you still got to set up that belly drum, so that takes another turn. Then you Dynamax and maybe get, I think it would be literally like 1 or 2 turns of Dynamax out of your Dynamax Pokemon. So I pretty much force him. He's forced to switch out into a Gyarados. He switches his Snorlax out into a Conkeldurr, and now I know his whole team. And to me, that's value, knowing his whole team by turn 1. And okay, so I switched Ludicolo out in favor for Gastrodon. That's fine, because watch this. I go for Surf with Politoed, Gastrodon Storm Drains, boom. I got a big boost. Get that Surf off, and it does over half to Conkeldurr. That is really, really good. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Surf is not a move that you really need to sleep on. It's such a strong move. Right here, I go ahead and Dynamax my Gastrodon. Alright. And pretty much, Politoed's, we're in Trick Room, so Conkeldurr goes, my bad. Gastrodon's the slowest thing on the field, so therefore he's the fastest in Trick Room. We go from Max Geyser into Gyarados, thinking that Politoed could pick up the KO onto Conkeldurr, but I underestimated on how hard Conkeldurr can hit. So that's a little bit of miscalculation on me. I probably should have went into the Conkeldurr slot with my Gastrodon, and I probably would have been able to KO it for sure. Gyarados was definitely not posing as a threat because he does not carry the Power Whip. Now, I didn't know that at the time, but the moment he went for Crunch, I was like, okay, yeah, we're good. Perish count came down to 1, so I went ahead and switched Politoed out in favor for Pelipper. Conkeldurr goes for Protect, and we're still able to pick him up with our Max Geyser. Conkeldurr being the bigger threat at the moment anyway, so we're really going to be trying to do our best to target into him. So Conkeldurr is down. So right here, Gyarados actually goes for Bounce. And dude, this is sad for Gyarados. I got Pelipper on the field, and we all know what Pelipper can do to a Bounce user, right? I'm just going to kind of let this play out because this is pretty crazy. He goes into his Dusclops. And sure, what can Dusclops really do? Nightshade? You already got your Trick Room up. So it's not much else he can do. He goes for Nightshade. Does 50 damage to Pelipper. Sure, okay, we'll take it. Gastrodon goes for Max Geyser. And we don't pick up the KO, but that's some really good damage. Pelipper goes for Hurricane onto the Gyarados, which is actually able to hit Gyarados and get the KO onto Gyarados, which is pretty cool. I'm wondering if you guys knew that tech actually worked like that, because if Gyarados bounces, he's up in the sky, which is very, very, very vulnerable for a Hurricane. So right here, he's back at square one. He's got his Dusclops, he's got his Snorlax. He's got to try and set up that Belly Drum. And, well, he fails because Pelipper's able to go for Surf. And it's pretty simple from there. Pelipper's going to go for Surf, KOing the Dusclops. Oh yeah, Trick Room ended. So he needed to set up Trick Room too. And then right here, Scald. With all of those boosts that Gastrodon's got, is plenty enough to KO a Snorlax. And tell you the truth, Snorlax is a special wall. So that's pretty crazy that he's able to knock that out. But anyway, let's get into battle number 3. Alright, going into battle number 3. The reason I really wanted to showcase this battle is look who my opponent's using. He's got a Pinurchin and a Alolan Raichu, which is crazy to go up against when you're a mono water team. He also has the Indeedee, Dragapult, Volcarona, and Urshifu. Yeah, going up against 2 electric types when you're a mono water team. Let's see how I handle this, because this is probably one of the toughest but coolest matches I've had with this team so far. And I think y'all will really, really enjoy it. So he actually goes ahead and leads Raichu and Pinurchin. Which, I mean, with the electric terrain that this Pinurchin's able to set up, Raichu's ability is Surge Surfer, which pretty much is the same thing as Swift Swim, where his speed is double when he is in electric terrain. But right here, I pretty much sacked my Ludicolo because, and I didn't even realize that's what I did until I switched them in. And, well, I mean, I'd go ahead and Dynamax my Gastrodon, but this Pinurchin at the very end of this turn hit so hard. I did not even know. Like, this is so crazy. But Dynamaxing Gastrodon, which plays so big in this battle. Raichu goes for the Vote Switch. He goes into his Urshifu. And, well, I do feel sorry for him. And you'll see in just a second once he decides who he sends out, which is Urshifu. Urshifu Water, I believe, because this is a not very effective attack, but very effective because we score a critical hit. Yeah, it still, in my opinion, was going to be a 2-hit KO anyway. So I honestly don't think the crit fully mattered, but Pin Urchint KO only my Assault Vest Ludicolo. Ouch. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So right here, I go into Pelipper, and you're thinking, why Pelipper? Pin Urchin's on the field. He's going to destroy Pelipper. Pelipper has the Focus Sash. Urshifu hits like a truck, though, going for a close combat, which does crazy damage. Pelipper going for Surf. Knowing that Pin Urchin moved last, I was okay knowing that Gastrodon can pick up a KO on Pin Urchin. And we're actually able to pick up the KO on the Urshifu as well. Going for Max Quake and go ahead and KOing the Pin Urchin, though, is huge. So now my opponent's down to 2 Pokemon. And this is... it's almost gotten crazy time. He has Raichu left, a Alolan Raichu, and it's slipping my mind, tell you the honest truth. Oh, it's Volcarona. Yes, there it is. So he actually brought a fire type into a mono water team, which I don't know about that, my man. But he goes ahead and Dynamaxes his Raichu. Raichu still has the speed control. Raichu is pretty much the fastest thing on the field, which is pretty crazy. But right here, I'm like thinking to myself, okay, I believe I have to get Tailwind off. I know Raichu is probably gonna go into Pelipper, but if Volcarona can go for a Giga Drain into Gastrodon, Pelipper is able to get a Tailwind off. That will be so huge. And there's the Giga Drain, and he goes into Gastrodon, and I'm like, yes, the Tailwind's up now, and that literally saves me in the end of this battle. Literally saves me. Gastrodon undynamaxes. Max Mindstorm comes out of that Raichu. I'm like, bye-bye, Gastrodon. What? Gastrodon lives on 7 HP, which is so crazy. So pretty much, I eat my Papa Berry. Papa Berry. I'm probably mispronouncing it like crazy. But we eat our berry. Pelipper goes for Hurricane. Doesn't pick up the KO onto the Volcarona, but thank goodness for me, I believe I doubled into it. So Pelipper goes down thanks to his Giga Drain. I guess he was really relying on Raichu to pick up my Gastrodon there, but he did not. So Gastrodon's able to go for Scald, which is going to be enough to pick up Volcarona. So now he's down to Raichu. But I'm a mono water team. You know, Raichu probably destroys me pretty bad. But I got Politoed. And he just changed the field to Psychic Terrain. Keep that in mind. And for him to KO my Gastrodon, he has to go for Max Mindstorm. Because he cannot go for the electric move because it won't affect Gastrodon. That's the smart move, to go after my Gastrodon. Because Gastrodon's set up to KO. So for him to have a chance, he has to go into Gastrodon. But right here, Politoed's faster thanks to my Tailwind I set a long time ago now. And yeah, Politoed picks up the KO. Which is fantastic, which is pretty crazy. It shows you how well you can play these terrains sometimes. But anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy, let me know. Leave a comment down below. This is Wi-Fi Merriman, and peace out.